Tonight's coach's comments brought to you by Advent Health.
Yeah, we did, but the last 4 minutes was kind of like we had 20 turnovers total, and we just have to take care of the ball better than that. They had good activity. They were flying around, but we can't get up 24 points off mistakes. And then at the end, I thought when we did break the press correctly, we have to understand that we don't have to score once you break it. You can get the ball back out and bleed clock. So it'll be a good film to watch tomorrow with the guys. But a lot of positives. A lot of people stepped up tonight, with Peyton having a career night offensively. Zeke subbing in and doing a good job with Zion, which is a really tough matchup. And a guy that hasn't played throughout the season. It was cool to see him be ready to go. So there's positives. And like you said, there's negatives. And they're some of the glaring things that we saw in the Portland game. We saw that late in this game. So we have to keep watching tape when we get a chance to practice, go through those things. The situational basketball, and obviously I challenge to try to keep Nikola in the game. So we just have to finish games better. That's the bottom line.
Coach, sometimes it's the little things. You're down 13 early. Spencer Jones enters the game. He doesn't fill up a box score, but he does things that don't show up in a box score. How much did he help change the tone of the game? Yeah, I thought Spencer and Bruce. I thought both guys really got into the ball. They forced turnovers and got us runouts. Cut into that lead right away. I thought Valanciunas' energy was great as well, and we needed it, to your point. It was a weird energy in the gym, and we we mimicked it. We were not all there getting up and down. Once we got back in the game, I liked our energy, to Scott's point, up until the last few minutes. But nice to have energy-changing players like Spencer and Bruce that can come in and really change the game and the way the game feels, especially on the road. Where it doesn't matter what the other team's record is, it's always hard to win the NBA on the road.
David, going with Zeke there in the starting lineup, early on, you guys gave up 18 pretty quick points in the paint. Some of that was off the turnovers and transition, but felt like you guys settled in defensively throughout the night, especially against Zion. Just what did you kind of see as far as the way you guys got through that game without Aaron, who's obviously such a perfect matchup for him?
Yeah, I think a lot of it was turnovers, to your point, and then also some of the game plan stuff I didn't think we were clean enough with early. And as the game went on, we did a much better job of shrinking behind the initial defender. The guy is such a load inside when he gets in the paint. But holding him to 14 points on 13 shots is a good number. And then, talked about before the game, only 4 free throws means we were walling up physically without fouling. And, look, the NBA is hard. Winning is... It's a premium, and to find a way to do it, and you're right, with the team defense behind it and Zeke stepping in after not playing hardly at all this year, was really cool to see. Just him, the maturity of Zeke to know it's my night to play, and he's ready to go.
I'd like to follow up on that. What went into the decision to start Zeke tonight? I think some people were surprised.
Yeah, he's had success in the past as far as at least physically, guarding Zion. He hasn't stopped him. No one really does one-on-one. So he's had, experience doing it. And I trusted that. I've been here. I've seen him do it. I remember the past. So we trust Zeke to do it. On nights like this, it was the right matchup. I've made that point before. It's not going to be most popular player. It's going to start. It's going to be who makes sense to win the game. We have Cam and Jamal and Nikola out there. You get a great night from Peyton offensively. That particular player was very important because it had to be somebody that made sense with Zion. And Zion's a tough matchup. So Zeke made sense to me.
Just as a shooter, Peyton's been really good from the corners and pretty inefficient above the break on his threes. They're helping off of him early. They're going under, stuff like that. He misses a couple of those open ones. He gets into the corner a couple times. Is that part of the calculus as far as getting him into spots where that shot is just something that he trusts more in those areas throughout the game when that's how they're defending it?
Yeah, and it's exactly how they're defending it too. It was, having Zeke out there made Zeke the guy in the dunker. And a lot of times Peyton is the guy in the dunker when Aaron's out. So this is a different kind of lineup. It allowed Peyton to kind of live out there in the corners, and they doubled Nikola early. They left the second man removed, no matter who it was, and pre-rotated. So we found easy shots that way. And then I thought against their pressure, we did handle it well. We found some really good looks in the corners in that situation too. Tonight was Peyton's night. He did a great job. He scored behind the defense with dunks and in transition, and he was very efficient from three, finding the open spots. by being, spaced properly, which you always get rewarded if you do that.
As far as
with no Christian Brown and no Aaron Gordon, obviously some players from the bench, including Peyton Watson, had to slide into that starting lineup. So your bench becomes a little bit shorter. Against Chicago, the bench only scored 9 points. Tonight, the bench had 33 points for the Denver Nuggets. That's much more of what you want to see, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. And, good. Yeah, we see what this all really looks like in terms of individually. And I'm just going to point you at the last two right there. You got Jonas Valanciunas, 14.7 rebounds. It's just like the more minutes he gets, the more production he can just put on the board, plus those two enormous jump shots in the fourth quarter to keep the Pelicans kind of at arm's length. And then Bruce Brown hands, he was a Energizer bunny out there and was able to do a lot of this.
Good all night long. There's so many little things, right? Like one right there defensively. Gets in, reads the situation, might double. Good give and go in there. I love what he brings them defensively, and they needed that. Put a pass there to Jamal. Just does a little bit of everything, and that's where he's really good. There's a great help situation. Zion's going to come back to that left hand and just picks him.
It's the bench scoring matters, obviously. As you just pointed out, it was 9 points the other day. 33 is just a much better number. But it's their ability to do more than just score. It's their ability to really change, and you heard David Adelman talk about this a little bit, change the energy on the court. When the Nuggets really needed that energy changed. So you have a bench that not only can give you a point production, but can just raise your energy level as well, which is definitely contagious.
That's something that Jonas Valanciunas has talked to me about a couple times too, of the responsibility when Nikola Jokic and some of those starters aren't on the floor. You should keep the lead that you have or extend that lead further. Yeah. That's always the goal of those players that are coming in, hoping to sub out those starters. Bruce Brown did not score in that game against the Chicago Bulls. A big bounce-back game for him tonight in New Orleans. He's in the locker room with Vic Lombardi.
Hi, Bruce. You guys are down double digits early, and then the game took a turn. I noticed when the bench came in, you, Spencer, Jonas, what energy did you bring? How much did that account for the comeback?
I think it was huge. We had to bring energy off the bench. I think the starters came out a little flat, but there's games where they come out with a bunch of energy and we come out flat, so they just needed us to pick them up a little bit, and we took care of business.
How nice was it to see a young fella get yourself a 30 ball there? As you mentioned?
I think he started off from 3, like 1 for 4, and I went to him and I was like, bro, if they're going to give you 10, I know you can hit 4 or 5 of them, so keep shooting. And that's what he did, 5 for 9. Big 30 ball, so happy for him.
When did you know he had it?
Had what, 30 ball?
Just had it going.
I mean,
after the slow start.
Yeah, 15 went in the first quarter, so I knew he was feeling good. He was making the right play, cutting, getting dunks, getting the easy ones. And then once he started in threes, feeling better.
11-3, take that all day. How would you feel you guys are playing? Are you rounding into the shape that you think you can be?
Yeah, there's still a lot of time. It's still early in the season. We still got a lot to learn, a lot to do, a lot to experience as a team. And then we have CB out right now, so still some time.
With Peyton, just from the first time you were here to now, what's
very different, more aggressive, a lot smarter. You can tell he's been in the league for multiple years. He's been working on his game, every facet of his game. So I'm just happy to see that. Especially it should be a big year for him.
Are you trying to just get a membership to Cherry Hills? Is that what we're doing now?
Listen, if they want me, I will not say no. It's a great place. Love the country club. So if they want me, I won't say no.
I see how he works. Thanks, Bruce.
Vic's like, don't worry, I got you.
He's like, I got you. You got your Cherry Hills attire on. Bruce Brown is going to go play 18 holes right now after this game, based on the country club alone.
Vic wants to get asked to play when Bruce gets in there.
It's all strategy.
Yes.
Right.
All right. This is the Path to Victory presented by Pathwater, the exclusive water partner of the Denver Nuggets. That's what's up next. Cup
Vic
game.
Won't see any of that
at
court.
Houston. He'll have no idea. It'll look gray.
It'll look gray.
It'll look gray
Get
to
to
him.
play the Kings
Honestly,
again.
that might be better.
Yeah.
That might be better.
Yeah, his eyes will be fine.
Then we welcome in the Sacramento Kings back
Again,
in
that'll be
Ball Arena.
a third
Dempsey
time.
never wants to see
I never
them
want to see it
again.
again.
And then at Memphis Monday, and then happy Thanksgiving, a couple days off.
Yeah.
And then the Spurs at home, followed by the Suns.
Suns are best. They're playing really well.
Yeah, that's an interesting stretch of games just because the Rockets obviously are the obvious best team on this list. The Kings, I'm going to skip over those guys. And then you have the Grizzlies who They have a lot of Ja Morant issues happening right now, but still some fun, interesting players. They play a different kind of a style as well. So that'll be a game that you have to be ready for.
San Antonio was really interesting, but they're going to be out with their two big guys. I mean,
the last two rookies of the year.
Yeah,
right?
well, Wembanyama, I would love to watch that Wembanyama Joker matchup.
Yeah.
Will you say his name one more time?
Say it.
Wembanyama?
Wembanyama. It's an M.
Say it again.
Whatever you want, I'll do it. I'm game on.
That look.
Wimby. I'll call him Wimby.
I'll call him Wimby.
Okay, before we say goodbye, the Nuggets are 11-3 through their first 14 games. It's the fifth time that they've reached that mark. Once in 76-77, thank you, Dan Hyatt, for these numbers. Twice in the Hanslick era. And then twice now in the Jokic era. The last time was 2019-2020. What do you think has led to this great start?
Well, this is a veteran team. They know what they're doing. They know how to counteract whatever the other team's doing. And, you go through a season like that clunker game against Chicago. They still almost won. They've lost 3 games by 1 possession.
Yeah.
1 possession, all 3. That's pretty good.
That's what's so interesting about this team. Like we can, it's not nitpicking because there are obviously things that were wrong in these games, but they still almost won them. I mean, this is not, they were out of it in the fourth quarter and that's not this kind of party with this team. So, look, if they want to win 57 games, which is the franchise record for wins in the season, they will do that. They might not even have to want to because they're just so good. They just might achieve that number. It's been a great start. And
stay healthy.
Yeah.
Did you say it's not this kind of party? Not that kind of party?
Not that kind of party.
What kind of party is it?
It's a winning party.
I like it. Okay. That's going to do it for Nuggets Postgame Live. The Denver Nuggets get the win in
Nick,
New Orleans.
We need to go.
They are
Nick
8-1 in November. They have now won how many on the road, Hans?
4 straight.
4 straight on the road. Like I mentioned, 11-3 to start this season. Thank you for joining us for Nuggets Postgame Live. 125-118. The final from New Orleans. We are off on Friday. That is a prime game. So we will see you on Saturday when the Nuggets return home at Ball Arena. We'll have your coverage right here on Altitude Sports. See you then.